Good Thursday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. That time of the morning we visit with meteorologist Chris Sramek. And Chris, kind of a smorgasbord of things to discuss this morning as far as advisories and warnings and watches and a little bit of everything to talk about.
Yeah, Joe, the first thing we've got to deal with is this low pressure system that's going to move through here pretty quick. It's out pretty much over our area now in eastern Colorado. That low is centered out there around the Burlington area, and it's going to drop south and then start taking its trek to the east. So it's forecasted to go into the Oklahoma Panhandle, across Oklahoma, and then take off towards the Midwest tomorrow. It really doesn't get cranking until it heads up towards Omaha, Iowa, and going that way for the caucuses and all that stuff going on with the political stuff up there in Iowa here over the weekend. But we're going to be on the backside of that, and that cold air that's been sitting up in the Dakotas. We got temperatures this morning in the single digits through Wyoming, northern Nebraska, the Dakotas, and then you go up a little bit up there along the Canadian border, and then it goes below zero. You get over there in Western Canada, and you got those 20 and 30 below type temperatures that are be coming down behind this system. So that really, really cold air is up there in the Northwest, and then it gets pulled in behind this blizzard in the Midwest tomorrow, and then that air will get pulled down over us for the weekend and bring us temperatures that are going to trigger these wind chill warnings that are in place, where we'll have high temperatures barely getting above zero, or low temperatures below zero, and those wind chill readings going at 20, 30 below, or even possibly more, depending on what the speed of the wind is. The wind doesn't look like it'll be real strong over the weekend, but it will be enough to get that 20, 30, and maybe a little bit even colder in that wind chill readings. So those are life-threatening. Do not be outdoors. If you are, go through the list of things we talked about yesterday. Don't stay out there more than 15, 20 minutes. Check your hands, toes, nose, ears for frostbite if you are outside, and layer your clothes as much as you can. And then and basically just stay indoors is what you need to do, and make sure your water faucets are dripping and all the things you do in your home to keep the heat on and keep warm. Back to that low pressure system that's out there, that's going to swing through here today. The snow right now this morning is up there in the Nebraska Panhandle, southeastern Wyoming. That'll pull down over us this afternoon. These northeast winds that are not very, because that low is so close to us this morning. Winds are light from the southeast in Colby, but you get up into Nebraska and we got northeast winds gusting 22 to 30, 25 miles per hour. This afternoon, as that low kind of intensifies, those northeast winds will become windy at 20 to 30, 35 miles per hour, and then we'll see the light snow developing. It doesn't really pick up intensity until it moves off into that Norton, Arapahoe area, where they could have some periods of heavier snow there late this afternoon and evening. So those two counties do have a winter weather advisory where they could pick up 3-4 inches of snow. For us here out to the west, we'll get 1, maybe 2 inches here later this afternoon, evening. It'll blow around. We're not in an advisory, but we do have a wind chill advisory for tonight and tomorrow morning, as those low temperatures drop to around zero or just go below zero. Those winds will still be blowing that 20, 25 miles per hour. So that'll put our wind chill readings 10 to 15 below and in the advisory level. Temperatures this morning are starting out in the teens to around 20. They won't warm up. They'll fall below zero. Tomorrow we'll try to warm up, but we probably don't get to 20. We stay in the teens, and then that cold air gets sucked in behind that storm tomorrow night, Saturday and Sunday, through Martin Luther King Day, where we have those extreme cold temperatures that we talked about. And just need to prepare for that. That's the big thing. Records, we kind of talked about that yesterday. There could be some records set right now. We're forecasting those lows to be somewhere in them -9 to -13 or so there Sunday, Monday mornings. The records I looked up for those are anywhere from -6 out there on the Burlington, Goodland areas, all the way to minus 16 in the low areas of Atwood, McCook, and Culbertson. So that's what we got going on, and it does look like, the air is going to be warmer towards the mountains and colder to the north and east. So we're going to be, it's going to be flirting with them, but it may or may break them. I just think it'd be one or two, and then the coldest. Be surprised on this one. You asked me that after we got off the line, how cold has it ever gotten Atwood? Atwood has the second coldest reading ever in the tri-state area of minus 34.
Wow.
It was 1989.
Wow. That is crazy. Minus 34. Well, I'm glad to hear we're not going to be getting that cold.
So, yeah, that's 1989 was that really, really cold where we had the wet. I mean, it was cold all the way to June, and we were cutting wheat, and it was a cold year. That was one of the coldest years I remember as a kid.
Once again, that's meteorologist Chris Sramek joining us here this morning on 106.1. Join us again tomorrow at about the same time as we'll discuss the weekend weather forecast. For KYVZ, I'm Joe Vyzourek.